Hello, 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 and welcome to today's stream, everybody. Session 1. Can you believe it? We've arrived yet again at our 5th campaign in the World of IO series. How am I so fortunate to be DMing such a fine folk of people every day of the week now? This week, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, this week's something special. It's something fierce. It's something wonderful. I'm going to tell you why. This week starts the week of D&D. Every day up to Sunday, because Sunday I take the day off right there, right? We're going to have a D&D game happening. Starting with today, the premiere of our first campaign of the Tower of Archimedes. Absolutely wonderful. Fantastic. For those that are joining for the very first time, we already had a session 0. If you guys want to follow the YouTube channel for that and check out our wonderful, wonderful session over there of session 0. You do not have to see session 0 before watching this session today, however. Session 0 just kind of like the preset. It kind of like sets everyone together. It gets our players comfortable with their characters as well as with the party. It can be explained in a matter of... very quickly, it can be explained, and we're going to go ahead and do that right there. For those that are having a problem, this is the Tower of Archimedes. Welcome, chat. Welcome to the Tower of Archimedes, our dystopian, our lovely dystopian game. I'm very hyped and hope you guys have been enjoying yourself here. We got a lot of gift subs already, and I want to thank you guys so much for that. Typically, I don't say all the subs out until the end of the stream. So that way we can focus on the game at hand. Now, I know we got quite a few people here, and some of you may be extremely good when it comes to rules and the like. Head on over to our IO Patreon. We have a rules lawyer section. So if you see something in the game and you go, excuse me, Mr. DM, you've done it incorrectly. This is the correct way to do it. First of all, DM's rule is law. They can do whatever they want. But second of all, if you are one of those rule lawyer people, instead of trying to ping me here in the chat, you're probably gonna want to go over to the Discord because I'm not gonna pay attention to you here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So head on over to the rules lawyer section. I'll go ahead and take a peek over at that time. Chat be backseating, absolutely. But yeah, we've got a fantastic tower of individuals. A tower of individuals here that we're going to be introducing very soon. Very soon here in just a moment. I'm actually going to let them know we're about to unmute here in just a minute. I'm very excited for today. I hope you guys are too. Once again, thanks to everyone who gifted a sub. Thanks to everyone who has followed so far today. DM, I want a new belt. DM, I want a new sword. They've already begun, chat. Look at this. They've already begun begging the DM. Please. Soon they will be begging for rations, chat. What? That's right. They are stranded on an island. Extinguished of vegetation. Shipwrecked, marooned. And the question I have to ask them, where did you keep your water? Where did you keep your food? You definitely didn't have an adventuring pack on your back. You can't say you walked around a cruise ship with that, right? I'm gonna unmute now and see how our players are doing. Sorry. It's not. I swear, I'm not going to try and murder my players in the first session. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'm not going to... It's up to the players. Their fate is in their hands. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah,
I'm
my
scared.
sandwich.
I'm scared.
You want...
Splendalicious.
Yeah, everyone's asking for bells and swords, and really what you should be asking for is... yeah, sandwiches. Sandwich is good. Water, fresh, clean water.
I mean, we were kind of talking about this already, Brett, but you said there were bodies, food everywhere.
Just food everywhere.
Cannibalizing humans.
You just said they were on the beach. It's fine, right?
So what you're telling me is we haven't even begun the session and already you're resorting to cannibalism.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not
I
an
didn't agree to
option.
anything.
I
Minute-
am not resorting to cannibalism. I am a wholesome individual who doesn't eat people.
Minute 0. Some of the party members have decided right off the bat, I might eat that guy. Well, you're not starving, you're not hungry or thirsty yet,
Mr.
you know.
Larry.
Yeah, you're definitely got a day of, you know, being sated from food. So there's nothing to
And have you ever played RimWorld, Brett?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys
people
eat because you're
immediately.
hungry?
Do you eat to survive?
First thing.
No, absolutely. Absolutely you eat to survive. I totally understand that. You eat whatever you can. Yeah, RimWorld apparently is the cannibal game from what I've been told
yes.
many times before.
Every
So just really quickly, there's always a point that Roll20. Oh God, I do not want that to be the starting screen.
Oh no, not the drawing.
No,
Not
I
the
won't.
drawing.
No, that's your
Not
that's
the drawing.
that's your
love 'em,
safety
though.
area. I mean, anyone that's played a Roll20 game knows that the first screen is always the screen that everyone just shit posts on and draws and things
Wait,
like
I'm
that.
exposing it a little bit. Here you go, chat.
No, don't expose. Wow, I can't believe I was saying it's a sacred place that no one needs to see,
No!
and you literally ruined
They need
it.
to see this. They need to see it.
Unbelievable,
No.
unbelievable. Summer, jeez.
They must know.
Jeez, Summer, God, it was going so well. And you
Is no longer a safe
I'm about
place.
to go and eat a body. We're not gonna be going that well for that long.
Yeah.
I didn't think, but I don't know. I've been
Ooh,
doing
woo.
this. I've been doing this for 20 years, and there's still things that players do that I'm like, wait, you're gonna do what now? Haha, you're gonna wait, what? But wait a minute, you don't really mean you're gonna, yeah. So my bad for not preparing for cannibalism. Yeah, okay, you know what? That works. So, welcome everyone. Does everyone see where they're at? Have control of their tokens from where we last left off? Mm?
Maybe I don't see any
God.
tokens on my screen.
Scroll to the right.
I'll move you over. Hold on.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
I'll move you over. There it is.
Thank you for anyone in chat. I'm still very new to
It's
Roll
okay.
2020 or
It's
Roll 20.
okay. It's
Roll
it's
2020.
do you remember?
Roll 20
My
ever.
vision is
Yikes.
incredible.
Do you remember back in the 80s when D&D was starting up and they're like, it's a cult. They're trying to bring everybody into a cult. It's absolutely awful. And we're like,
It's a cult.
and like,
I
calm
can't believe
down.
they were right.
Yeah,
Me
well, and
over
that's
here.
what it is, because now it's like anytime someone's like, I'm down to play D&D, but I've never played it before, and it's like, welcome, we'll show you. We'll take a moment, we'll explain the rules. We want to make you comfortable in this life of D&D that you're going to be choosing here in a minute. It definitely has become a cult. So 80s.
Welcome to D&D. You too can eat a body.
You two can
Oh,
eat
nice.
a body. So let's just jump into it. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's do a brief recap of what happened in session 0 for those that haven't watched. You didn't miss much. You all were part of this casino pleasure cruise called the Fortune's Favor. And it was a beautiful ship. There was a little bit of gambling. There was some entertainment, specifically from Nala, who is a wonderful entertainer that has warmed the hearts of many. And you went on what was essentially not necessarily a smooth cruise. It was a bit choppy. The weather was getting worse and worse. And after about a week and a half, you were dealing with like hurricane winds, typhoons. The ship itself was getting knocked about. And it wasn't until you went above deck that you saw approaching you what was best described as a ghost ship with a ghastly fellow who screamed and called himself the War Master, seeking to bolster his forces in his army. He sailed across and literally rammed the side of your ship, and after about a couple of rounds of combat, disembarked, and the ship sunk. It broke, and you were tossed aside. Fortunately, the 5 of you, stronger than your normal mortal and individual, washed ashore. But as you looked around at the dead bodies, the lack of vegetation, and that life itself seems to have been extinguished all across this beach, you wonder if this is actually a blessing or a curse. So with that, I would like to take a moment first. Let's set the mood of the world that you're currently in. Just really get nice and cozy and comfy with some relaxing music, if it were.
I'm jamming.
I'm jamming right now. I'm pissing myself. I'm pissing. And you look around and you see just bodies flotsam within the ocean. And you even see off a little bit to the southeast of the island, a fraction of what appears to be the front of the ship. But so before we begin, I want to take a moment with this lovely setting in the background, as players, for you to introduce yourself and your characters. We're gonna go down the list. Blue, let's go ahead and start with you. Introduce yourself and your character.
I'm Bluejay, and I should I give, I don't know, links or something? I don't fucking know. I'm Bluejay.
Whatever you want.
My links are in chat. It's fine. I, as a person, like streaming role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, simulation games, Dead by Daylight, whatever that is. And my character is Anael. They are a non-binary, air genasi barbarian. I'm really liking the Thunderous Rage flavor. I got their art done and immediately fell in love with them because they're incredible. And their tattoos are just great, so I'm definitely going to cosplay them at some point. And yeah.
All right. Continuing down the list, Djarii, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Djarii, and I am a creative. Sorry, I just saw that this MS Paint pic pop up. Okay, my name is Djarii, and I am a creative streamer on Twitch, as you can see from my really amazing artwork that is gracing upon your eyeballs at this time. My character art is in the process of being made. I do mostly makeup and body art on my stream, and I am playing Nala. Nala is a homebrew kitsune race. So she is a humanoid fox character. Very anime uwu for you guys in chat. She has big fluffy fox ears and a big bushy fox tail and long tresses of orange hair. And I'm looking very, very forward to role-playing her with you guys.
Animal, yeah, a big uwu energy, chat. Get some claps. Get some claps. Some uwus. Absolutely. Okay, continuing down on the list, Kooly, would you like to introduce your character?
Nope.
Kooly, you are also muted at this time.
Yep. I'm very good at this.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us.
Hey guys, my name is Koolysmiley. I am a variety streamer. I mainly play Dead by Daylight and horror games, but I am also don't have my phone off. That's my bad. I am also
Kooly, you're out of the game.
I know. I'm struggling. I'm nervous.
No, you're
Can
good.
you tell?
You're good.
Oh my God.
You're good. Everyone, you chat. You're kind, right? You're nice. Give Kooly some love. Yeah. Okay. We're starting over. This is recorded. We're starting over right now. Okay.
Okay.
Kooly, introduce yourself and your character. And action.
Hi. My name is Koolysmiley. I am a big horror fan, and I'm also a big D&D fan. However, this is my first long-term campaign live streamed, so I'm a little nervous. But my character's name is Meryl Fox. I would like everybody to know that me and Djarii did not know what each other were making. There is we hardly even knew each other before this, so this just kind of happened. But my character is a half-elf druid who was orphaned at a young age and raised by a old druid lady and fennec foxes. And she has a spectral companion type thing that leads her places named Twinkle, who is a fennec fox. So yeah.
Fox, 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 fox.
Yes,
Fox.
this is the Fox campaign, Dystopian Foxes.
I promise y'all, it was not planned. I
It was
didn't
not
even
planned,
know
but it-
Djarii before this.
I mean,
But it's a beautiful coincidence.
the more
It
you
is. I'm
insisted,
excited.
the more suspicious I get that maybe this
Insight
was.
check.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Next up, Summer. Summer.
Hello. I am SummersSalt, otherwise known as Summer. I am a bad streamer. I don't stream, barely do it. Don't look at my channel. It's gone.
Woo!
Actually deleted right now.
I'm deleting it as we speak.
It never
I am-
existed.
Exactly. I'm playing Arya. She is a halfling wizard. She is pretty quiet. She is a member of Exodus Academy, if anybody in chat knows what that is.
Yo,
They
wink,
probably
wink. That's
do.
a throwback to Arcade
Yo, wink,
Academy.
wink.
Yo, yo,
Oh,
what?
yo.
She's linking the character to our world. What?
So she is a member of Exodus Academy, and she is a really creepy ass smile. And
Yeah.
she's very tiny, the 2'7" baby. She's out here.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, Summer, my favorite character so far. No, I'm just
Wow.
kidding. Everyone,
Wow.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I don't
Can't
have.
believe it.
I don't have favorites. I promise you.
I'm crying in the club.
I just so you can feel the pain as a play. Just bring
We
the
just gotta give
the
them
pain.
a sub.
Exact. Stop. Next, that's a bad president to set. Next up, Tate. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm Tate, known as GoldenTot everywhere. I am a big MMORPG fan. I stream a lot of variety though. And I am playing Quiet, the Tabaxi rogue. And he comes from a small village, looked up to mercenaries his whole life, wanted to become one for all the glory, and quickly found out, oh wait, mercenary life sucks. But he still wants the glory, and he is traveling with Arya. We have a joint backstory,
Ooh.
and here we are.
Awesome. Here we are. Here we all are. As mentioned before, you've arrived, well, not by choice, as your ship has submerged and crashed, as mentioned before. You've wakened up, beached on this just desolate island, and you hear the sound of the waves and a cold wind blow through. A couple of things of note upon this island, of course, is the body, or as some of you have stated, quote unquote, food, has scattered itself across the beach. And off to the north, eerily overshadowing you, is a tower that pierces the heavens, beyond sky, beyond cloud, as the background of the sky seems to almost turn around it, as if focused by it. So with that, you are free to do as you wish. What do you do?
Die.
At
Just
that,
collapsed on the ground.
at that point, Quiet has a heart attack and dies instantaneously.
All right, good run. See you guys next week. I got my new character.
You are not
I
allowed.
robbed him.
You are not allowed to die.
I loot the body.
Yet.
No.
No.
Are you beginning to shuffle through the dead's belongings?
No, well, I'm not at
No, no,
least.
no.
Nala is checking to see if anybody looks like they are alive, and she will just go between all of the people and check their pulses and
Okay.
See who's alive.
Also,
Dying
it's,
with
Yeah,
depression.
that's
Also-
exactly what I'm doing.
also, it's fair to say we have reached that point now that we have begun, because we were doing some funny jokes before, that I may take what you say literally and seriously. So be
Oh,
careful
gosh.
now. We are
Please don't.
now live and in game. So if you tell me you take a bite out of the body, I'm gonna pretend you took a bite out of the body, and we're gonna continue on as normal. Just the panic. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just letting
This
you
is a
know.
non-joking
So you know.
place, guys.
I eat a body in one bite.
Yeah.
No.
Quiet is inching towards the bodies, and it's
Are
making
any
me
of these
nervous.
people? Are any of these people alive?
Go
Yeah.
ahead. You can go ahead and make a medicine check, but from what you can tell from feeling around where you believe a pulse would be. 15. So yeah, you of course have been instructed on the cruise ship to specific. Oh well, actually no, that was Cooley. I apologize.
Sorry, that's my bad.
No, you're good.
We're
Meryl,
both out of body. So.
well, no, Meryl, your history upon nature and survival in general has allowed you to know exactly where life points are. I will say I'm gonna go down to up. Djarii, or rather Nala, as you begin to feel around. Nothing. You don't feel a pulse.
Oh my god, is that actually this one here? This is the guy who I won. Oh. No.
Meryl, as you feel around you, lifeless, his body's limp. But as you go over to a pulse on his neck, you feel a very faint pulse.
Oh, then
this man is still alive, but just barely.
Okay, I look over at Nala and I say, I still have a pulse. I could try to cure wounds him, and see what happens. I don't know what you can do, but we can try.
Nala just nods really enthusiastically. She looks super, super upset and concerned, and there's tears welling up in her eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna roll cure wounds, I guess.
Yep. Healing for 8. He slowly stands back up as you revive him back to life. He still appears pale, and you can tell by the way his arm and leg is bent that he definitely has broken joints and broken appendages. And he just falls down to the ground and coughs up a bit of blood.
It's okay, just stay there. That was definitely not the voice that I did originally.
That's okay. It's session 1. Everyone's gonna have like 4 different voices.
Yeah, guys, bear with me while I figure it out.
Quiet. Just kind of going over to where you're at right now. What are you doing currently?
Quiet is definitely kneeled down, patting the body to see if it has any belongings to take.
It does. As you pat around at what is a very damp and lifeless body, you do feel a small coin purse over in the right pocket.
Cause money's gonna be so goddamn useful on this island.
Money is always useful. Money talks. All right. Quiet will definitely take that then.
Okay. You take you go ahead and take the small coin purse. You also notice, Quiet, as anyone that gets close to the ocean, over where this sort of flotsam and wreckage of the ship. Beyond it, if you swim out a little bit, you actually see the front of the Fortune's Favor, which is kind of like arched up a little bit, looking as if it's about to be submerged. As it's slowly beginning to sink, you hear the creaking sound of the wet-logged like wood of the ship. It's standing for now, but doesn't appear like it'll be standing for much longer. Arya, what are you doing?
She's like looking around and like trying to pull some maps out of her bag to try to figure out where the hell we are.
I need you to roll a fate roll, please. A d20. We shall see if fortune has favored you or if something terrible is about to happen. With a 7, that is a misfortune. Your maps are mostly wet. Do you have any map casings or anything like that?
Nope.
Then they are all, I would say, wet and ruined.
Ooh, how's her spell book looking then if her maps are like that?
The spell book itself is just absolutely damp and filled with water. As you open it, you just hear like the slapping of the thick parchment. It just soaked up the water itself. And as you if you hold it up and kind of dangle it over the ground, just water is just oozing out of it currently.
She looks up at Quiet and she Pepe hands, but
no.
Yeah.
No.
We understand that. We understand that wholeheartedly. Aniel, what are you currently doing?
I was gonna try and get some slightly higher ground. I think I see some stairs just to see if I can get a vantage point.
Absolutely.
In terms of the majority of the beach, if there's any other survivors that are standing, if there's any other landmarks other than the tower.
Mhm.
Like there's a rock and a tree here. I don't know. Just stand on something tall.
Yeah, okay. Where would you like to stand?
Of these rocks and trees,
Okay.
I don't know if I want to go into the forest itself, like
Mhm.
up the stairs right there. I just want to look at the beach, so maybe just on some rocks, but not too far
Okay.
away from the only people I know.
You scale up what appears to be an old beach boulder and kind of crawl up. It's this prickly dead wood that seems to be that was once probably a beautiful tree upon an island full of life. But as you walk up, and the dirt itself is just it cracks under your feet. It's dry and hard, and you kind of like break the branches over to get a good overview of the rest of it. And I'm uncertain of your constitution, but you just see beached bodies and blood scattered everywhere across the shore.
I mean, I could roll for whether I'm, nauseous or not.
I'll leave that up to you and your character. I won't force a roll, but if you would like to for roleplay purposes.
Yeah, I want to know if I'm nauseous. Let's go.
Okay. You
With a 10, I think that like it's, kind of there, but I could swallow it.
Yeah, I would say you feel a little bit coming up, but you managed to hold firm.
Oh, how many people were on the boat?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
Yeah, and obviously the bodies that you see scattered across the shore isn't all of it. These are just the ones that managed to get washed up. You can only assume that the others are probably at the bottom of the of Io's great journey at this point.
Oh. Yeah, so Aniel looks around and does the, classic hand to forehead motion to get a better view, even though it doesn't help at all, and sees just death from here to like as far as their vision extends. And
the
no
water
one
itself
else
is just it's already kind of like this off-putting blue. Maybe it's the overcast, the constant overcast over you of the island. The tinting of the ocean feels off, but more importantly, the startlingness is the mixture of the hues of red of the fallen's blood that has now just become mixed. It's almost as if it was like an oil spill, but it's just entirely of mixture of blood in this off ocean water.
Are any of the people in the water, do they look like anyone's alive, or is there just like lifeless bodies floating? No one looks like they're alive.
The bodies themselves, for those that are still floating across the coast, is just bobbing up and down. It looks like life, but you can tell immediately it's just from the ebbs and flows of the ocean.
I have a question just to mainly get a time scale for like how long we were out. I casted mage armor right before we passed out. Is that still up? Because that lasts for 8 hours. This is just like get a time scale of how long we were maybe passed out for.
Oh, smart.
Is that a concentration spell or no?
No, it's not.
Okay.
You begin to kind of do like an Arcana self-assessment. This is something that the Exodus Academy had taught you once before, if either knocked unconscious in the fields of battle or anything like that. And as you kind of focus within yourself, you find that the mage armor is no longer on you.
All right.
Wow.
She'll then look up to Quiet, and she'll speak in his brain.
More than 8 hours.
And then she does it.
That is so precious.
Quiet will just nod in affirmation, and we'll find a time to pass that information along.
Do I see anyone else that's standing, or just our party?
Just your party and what appears to be the gambler from before that was handling the table. He's leaning down.
That Meryl. Okay.
Does the waiter have a pulse, or any of the people who are on the edge of the water?
Go ahead and make a medicine check. But from what you're feeling around naturally, you're not sensing any sort of pulse. but maybe, hopefully, something weak. Djarii, you reach out for the neck, as kind of as you've seen, have you seen Meryl do before, Nala, and just hoping for life. Nothing.
Okay. Nala goes back to Meryl, tears just like streaming down her face as she just quietly sobs.
Meryl is kind of trying to stifle emotion right now, and she's just trying to focus on making sure this one person is okay. And she's kind of like holding his neck and his back for support, and she's asking him, "What's your name? Do you remember your name?"
Ted.
Okay, Ted. Were you I don't even know. Were you alone?
Where are we? What happened?
We don't know yet. You really need to rest. I think that you have a few broken bones, and I'm gonna try to fix them, okay?
And then he just, at that point, from just the pain and the blood, falls unconscious again.
Can I use mending on bones? I'm not sure how that works.
Not without a thorough medicine check, I would say.
Okay. So do you want me to do a medicine check?
Yes, but the DC would be extraordinarily high, just so you know.
All right,
assist
crossing
her?
my fingers.
For medicine, are you trained within medicine?
Not medicine. No.
Then you probably wouldn't be able to assist.
Could she? Could Nala
I did get a
grab
22.
some? Could Nala grab some sticks from the twigs from the not twigs, but branches from these roots of these trees to try and make a
like
splint?
a splint? Yeah. Go ahead and make a medicine check as well. I will say with your 22, Meryl, mending, spell typically used for putting together like wood and objects itself. You find a creative way to begin to use with bones, and with great difficulty, but almost as if with a stroke of luck, you begin to slowly mend the bones of the arm and the leg, which is still very much broken. But the healing process can now begin, and it may even heal a little faster now, but you're not
I'm
gonna
picturing
you're not gonna be
I'm
getting anything
picturing-
immediate right now.
I picture Harry Potter after his Quidditch match in the second movie.
Yeah.
Oh, the jello arms.
Yeah.
So it does begin to mend, but you also make note specifically of this spell that you just had a great bout of fortune with this one, but you can also see how this can have easily gone awry
Very wrong.
if you weren't so fortunate.
She makes a mental note of, okay, maybe we only do that when we have to do that.
Boop, 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 boop. Can everyone roll a 1d6, please? And to do that, it is a slash roll space 1d6.
Oh my god. What's
Oh,
going on with our rolls, Bluejay?
Good.
We are missing. There we go. Perfect. All right, Arya and Meryl. Just at that moment, your stomach kind of begins to growl a little bit, especially if you've been beached here for almost 8 hours. A hunger falls over you.
It begins.
Oh no.
Wait, who's hungry?
It is Arya and Meryl.
Oh, okay. I was like, I rolled a 1 and might. No, okay. We're good.
What the heck?
You realize it's been some time since you've eaten. And now, a question I have to ask the two of you, since you're the first ones who've noted. Players normally start with an adventuring pack of some kind. It usually consists of rations, a water skin, tent, and things like that. But you are in the comforts of a cruise ship before it's sunk to the bottom of the ocean. So let me ask you, where is that adventuring pack now?
Oh, in the water. I mean, thinking about what Nala was wearing, she was just in a little cocktail dress. So, I just like exited the game. But yeah, so I don't think that she has anything really apart from her instruments.
Meryl, so you would say it'd probably be not necessarily in the water, but like where would on the ship would you have kept it?
Are you asking? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm asking Nala first.
Okay.
It would have been in her room.
Okay. Meryl, same question to you.
So in session 0, Meryl was very paranoid that something was going on. And so I picture Meryl to be the nerdy paranoid type. And she carries around a venturer's version of like a fanny pack. And she keeps her things on her at all times.
Okay.
So they're on her hip right now. Hopefully not damaged.
So the question I would ask is because a typical adventurer's pack is more than just a fanny pack. It's, 10 days worth of rations, a water skin, a tent, a sleeping bag, things like that. Are you saying that you would have been keeping that all on your person, or would you have kept a sort of like emergency supply in case something would have happened?
Definitely emergency supply. Just like enough to fit in like a little pouch.
I will say, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, I will say because you were in session 0 very paranoid that something bad was going to happen with the ship, especially with the weather being the way it is. I would say that you've managed to stow away 2 days worth of rations and a water skin filled with water. And then it's on your person right now. Arya, this same question goes to you.
I don't think that she would have had her adventuring gear on her, but I do think she would have had her scholar's pack with her, as she is a wizard, and that's mainly how she puts stuff in her spell books, and if anything's going wrong, she's keeping her spell book with her at all times. Okay.
The scholar pack, so just so you know, the scholar pack also includes backpack, parchment, and sand, a small knife. Would you have had all that?
I think she would have had mainly her papers, her inks, and like any other important documentation.
On her at all times? Okay, that's fair. So that's fair to say. So I'm going to say that Arya, you did keep your scholar's pack, since you said that's something that keeps on time, especially as a spellcaster. You want to make sure. So you're probably were walking around the ship with all this stuff on you in case you had to write something down very quickly, which is completely understandable with your character and how you speak to people and how you communicate with people. It is at that point fair to say you would have had your scholar pack. What of your rations? What of your water skin? What of your bedrolls and stuff like that?
Definitely not. That was all in her room.
So it's in her room as well. Okay. So besides Nala, at this point, Meryl and Arya, you come to the realization that you are beached here. You are hungry. But your food and things that you need to survive in nature were probably left in your room. The others have not come to this realization yet. Or if they haven't, they are about to. What do you do? What do you say?
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to panic anyone, but does anybody have anything on them that's useful for, I don't know, survival kits, rations, emergency anything?
I will pause at this moment and now pose the question. Again, Anael, where is your supplies?
So Anael didn't even have a room on the ship. They just kind of snuck in. They kept their bag and their like everything with them because like they didn't really have a place to go. Sometimes they slept in Meryl's room when she wasn't there, but like when she was, they like took their stuff and left because they didn't have a room. They were stowaway. So
okay, so you're saying that you would have kept all of your supplies on you because you were stowing away, correct?
Yeah.
I'll allow that. That's a fair assumption to make. So you would still have...
I was also the first one to see the ghost ship, so like I had more time than anyone else to... Like I think my bag was on the deck when I was practicing.
Yeah, well, your bag would have been on you at that point as you would have kept moving around, so that's fair to say. Quiet. What about you?
Well, as a life of a mercenary, definitely would have kept some things on him, but I don't think he would have kept things like rations or like a bedroll on him because of, you know, the hospitality of the ship and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What do you believe you would have kept?
Definitely, you know, weapon, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Your weapons, but you probably wouldn't have kept like your rations and your...
I would imagine he would have left them in the room.
Okay.
You know, I would have kept like, you know, my tools, maybe a water skin. I probably would have kept the water skin.
Okay. That's fair to say. So...
Brett.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. But I was also curious. I had a herbalism kit and a tinkerer's tools kit.
Mhm.
Did I keep? Do you think I would have had any of those on me? I think I would have, but I don't know.
If you believe from a role play standpoint you would have kept those things on you, then I would say yes, you would have kept that on you.
Okay. Cool.
I'm pretty much everyone needs to make their case of how much food they have essentially for their character.
Right.
So and everyone I feel like did so. So with that, you now have a fresh inventory of what you've kept. If you believe things have been left on the ship, you may need to remove them from your inventory at this time.
Okay, this means I'm removing my weapons and my armor.
If you have left that on the ship or believe you've left that on the ship, then yes.
Yeah, because when everything was popping off, Nala ran out of her room and she's still wearing her entertaining clothes, which is just a dress, and heels.
When you were fighting the War Master,
yes,
did you grab any weapons in the meantime?
She grabbed her instruments.
To fight?
Well, yeah, she's a bard.
Okay, I love it. It's fine. It's perfect. It's perfect. For a weapon check, I'm assuming everyone else has their weapons, or was you say
she would have a dagger on her probably, because she'd probably have a dagger like you know, hidden on her person, and and her tips that she has still.
That's you've got your money, you've got a dagger, and you've got everything you need to start a band. You're good to go at that point.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm naked.
As you begin to realize that where did we keep all our stuff? Where are all our things? You realize most of you have come to that conclusion, as you've all said, that you've left all that stuff in your room. And then you look off into the distance. Close to shore is the front of the ship, where you remember where your rooms were.
Yeah, so Meryl says, like, did anyone have, and Anael, who has their backpack just like on, just like shrugs and says, well, I didn't have anywhere else to put it.
Nala would clap her hands over her mouth at this point. She realizes that she has nothing and run to the water and start trying to wade in towards the ship.
Nala, in her entertainment dress,
yes,
already damped and covered in sand from being beached, dives back in as the waves begin to splash upon her. You can hear just echoing off into the distance the creaking of the ship as it slowly is sinking and kind of bending over a little bit. For any of those that are more attuned to nature, survival, and the like, if you believe your character to be so, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Sorry, what am I making an investigation check for?
For all the party members that are
quiet,
who believe they don't live they're not someone that lives comfortably. They live in nature. They kind of have to think on their feet, things like that of that nature. You're free to make an investigation check. Mm-hmm.
No, well, my nature check is also bad, but
it would not be it would not be a nature the check that I'm asking you to do.
Me and Tate sucking real bad.
Let's go.
Lucky.
Wow. Okay. Let me just give me a moment. I have to check on something.
I lived in a school. I'm comfortable with life.
Now, Djarii, even though you made an investigation check, would you say you're a character that thinks on their feet, kind of is aware of their surroundings, or have they lived comfortably for a while?
They haven't
town?
lived super comfortably. I think we spoke about this on episode 0. Nala kind of grew up in a small little village away from most of society and just kind of lived like, I guess, off of the land and stuff. So
okay. So I will say, with those rolls made, Wyatt and Anael, there's no more information I can give you at this point.
Darn.
However, Meryl and Nala, you will observe upon the ship as you hear the creaking of the wood and the way it's angled and the way it begins to slowly move, that the ship may be standing, but it is definitely not going to be standing for long. With a DC, with the rolls that you've made with a DC 15, you would know that you have a total of 23 rounds before the ship collapses in and on itself. At this point, you will realize that going inside the ship, while possible, is a dangerous and timed excursion. If you need to go on the ship, now is the time. I will also say within swimming, it'll take 3 rounds to get to the ship, unless you'd like to make an athletics check to swim swiftly through the tides in the water, in which case I will give you a free round if you make your athletics check. But it really depends on who is, if you are going to the ship now, if you have the instinct to do so.
Yeah, that's what Nala's doing right now.
Yeah, I see Nala's immediately rushing. Does anyone else rush to the ship?
Arya looks at Quiet.
Did you say no?
No.
she looks at him and just like she sighs a bit. She
After
grabs his.
that they've been there for 8 hours. That shit's coming down like at any second. Quiet's just gonna sit here.
Yeah, she'll sit with him. She's like, it's long gone. I'm not getting in there.
Meryl kind of runs toward. Sorry.
No, go on.
I would just say that I don't think that Anael would volunteer, but if asked, maybe they would help. I think it's just like, oh, why are they going back in the water?
That's totally fine. You're free to play your characters as you wish. There's no wrong answer to that.
I think Meryl has made the assumption that Nala is running in, and Meryl is trying to warn her not to go. But she's standing at the edge of the shore, kind of imploring her not to go.
With a 17 athletics, Nala, you do like a swan dive into the ocean. You sort of dive underneath the flotsam. You emerge up on the other side, and as you're pleading her not to go, she's already begun to swim over there. With the pleads and warnings, Nala, would you turn around or would you continue towards the ship?
Since I think I had a good investigation, right? So I knew that I had a bunch. I had a little bit of time to do this.
You have a couple of minutes, correct?
Yeah. She turns back to Meryl, and she's like, "I'll be fast. It'll be okay." And then she, continues her journey into
her
the
swim.
With the depths.
With a 17, I will inform you that you have gained an extra round as you scale aboard the ship and descend down the stairs into
we better not lose our bard in our first
ruins.
session.
It's fine.
Oh no.
Nala, please hand in your character sheet. No, I'm kidding. Wow! All right, so hold on. I'm. So only Nala's going to be aboard the ship here, but there is some vision as you go in there. Fortunately, Nala, you have dark vision. So as you descend into the depths of the ship, you see it's pitch black, it's dark. Obviously, it's not going to be lit as you kind of hear the sounds of the ocean and the water. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to do a vision. And yeah, I'm going to have place a token. It's going to look like a default token, but it's so because you're the only one on the ship. I have a token so that the rest of the players, you can watch via stream or you can watch via the screen to see what Nala does. But at this point, Nala is on her own. So I'm going to take you
later, dude.
Aboard.
You know how like in a Telltale game when it's like when something happens and it's like Nala will remember that. She'll remember that she was on the ship by herself.
That's
I think Anael is on the shore watching Nala swim away, and it's just like, do you think we should like
Arya looks to them and just shrugs.
I looked at Anael, Meryl looks at Anael, and she goes, I need to make sure that this man is okay, but if you want to go help her, I wouldn't be upset.
Nala would be looking for anybody who may have survived on the ship while she's in there. She'll be going to look for useful items like food and such likes, but also for people.
All right.
See if
what is your speed currently?
I think it's oh crap, sorry, I don't know how to, I keep going to roll 20 to try and look at my character sheet. It's 30, but I think am I right in saying that my speed is faster in fox form?
If you were to become a fox?
Yeah, I think it's 40. I'm misremembering. Is it?
The fox would be a 40-foot speed, correct? If you were to transform into a fox, and you can do that as part of your move action.
Okay, in that case, Nala is going to transform into her fox form and take the sprint action.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
And
I just so we know where everything is currently, you have 21 rounds on the ship. If you do not leave the ship in 21 rounds, the ship will collapse itself upon you. And then we will have to suffer consequences at that point in time.
Understood.
Yes.
Okay, I see Meryl looking very stressed, and I'm gonna go after Nala.
All right. So once you have come to that conclusion, go ahead and make
Be careful.
Go ahead and make an athletics.
I don't need to breathe. It's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a athletics check, please. All right.
Okay.
You swim swiftly, but you'll be arriving on the ship two rounds later.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. It is now round 21. Nala, you have shaped into a fox. You have 40 movement speed. You still have your action. What do you do?
Nala's just gonna peek in each room as she goes, so she'll just go sort of like shuffle left, right, like open the doors, see if there's anyone in there, see if there's anything like straight off the bat that she sees that she couldn't use or that's important.
You don't see any doors. You see a lot of walls taken down, but also keep in mind you're in a fox form currently, so you don't have the use of your appendages to open doors.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay, then she'll push open the door if it will.
If there are any doors. Well, currently you don't see any doors. You see some ruined, broken down walls. You actually see a couple of chests that have been moved down from this room, and the room itself appears to be angled a little bit as well as you're like scaling up and such. So you're still in room 21. You've made a space of movement. You can move at 40 feet in fox form.
Yeah, she's gonna just do that with all of the rooms. If you wanna, all of the rooms.
I'm gonna need to see exactly what your movement action is, and keep in mind you can only move 40 feet around.
Okay, so she starts here. She checks like this room here.
Okay.
And then if it's open, and then she checks.
Yeah.
The next room.
So you're already seeing these chests right here. So there's there are no doors. The walls are completely torn down, except when you see like blocked we obviously see the walls. So
she'll try and open this one then if she can in fox form if it opens without a lock.
Okay. Go ahead and make a fate roll. 1d20, please. Within there, you would see at this point a bunch of ruined clothing. But you would find 3 rations.
Okay. She picks those up in her mouth and then continues moving, and goes to the next room.
Yeah, you've moved 10 feet so far. Just so you know, this is a wall over here. I apologize. So you'd have to you'd have to walk over here.
Sorry, I thought that was the door. Okay,
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Then she'll go over here.
Okay.
And then into this room.
Okay.
Also, does she recognize where she is, like where her room is, so she can grab her weapons and her armor?
Go ahead and make a perception check to try and figure out where you are in this like angled ship, because everything's angled, the walls are torn down. It's very easy to get lost in here. With that perception, I'll say that you're gonna have to head more north and east.
Okay.
At that point in time. All right, so you've moved, keep track of your movement as well. So far, you've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're at 30 feet. You've got 10 more space of movement. And you've already spent an action to open up a chest and loot it, so.
Okay, in that case, she'll just go straight to look for her room then, and just see if she can find a person on the way. And you said it was north, so...
Correct.
This is a broken wall to my... right here.
Yeah, correct. But it's a broken wall, but you can tell from the shading, if you can't look through it, it's just a wall. You're not going to be able to get through anymore. It's like it's a caved-in wall currently, so you can't move forward from there.
Okay, is there any doorway in this room that she can see?
Yeah. So, yeah, you can kind of see that there's an open door over there.
She'll follow through there.
Okay. All right, feel free.
How much did I have left? Sorry, you said
you have 5 more feet before the next round.
Okay.
All right. You now have 20 rounds before the ship collapses.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Continue looking for the room.
Okay, keep going. That's a wall over there, and this is an open space. You enter what appears to be some sort of hallway.
Okay, and there's a broken wall on my left.
And an opening over there, the bed seems to be blocking as well.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity save once you reach over here as the floor begins to collapse in on you.
Oh, jeepers. Okay, sure.
You successfully leap out of the way as it just kind of like collapses in itself, and you take no damage.
I am an agile little fox. All right.
All right. You've got...
Does Nala recognize any of her rooms yet?
You see this open area. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. From where you're at with a 4, it doesn't appear to be familiar, but I will say that you can explore it on your own if you would like to figure out if that is your room, because the chest itself seems to be locked in and fine.
Okay, she'll go into this room here then and see.
If you want to head on over there, and I believe that'll wrap up your movement, and you can spend the action and go there. As you open it, you are fortunate enough to find your room. So whatever your contents were and your inventory before, you find within the chest.
Okay, cool. Right, I guess I got a lot of food and my weapon, my armor. So grabs her pack and puts it on her back. Oh, actually, she can't. She's a fox. She grabs her pack with her mouth and then maybe transforms back into her humanoid form and puts it on her back. Cool.
All right. So yeah, you shift back into a human and you put it on your back.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, you have 19 rounds. Anael, you have arrived aboard the ship.
Cool.
But the thing is, I
don't have dark vision.
It is pitch black as you walk within there.
Oh,
I was checking. I was like, I know I saw Genasi has dark vision.
And now that we have a second person, I'm going to remove the vision token, and you guys are going to have to resort to the stream if you want to see what's going on. So, as I could tell over here, we've got Nala, who's in their room currently.
Can Nala hear that
The
that
creaking?
Anael has entered?
It depends if she says anything. I don't think you're going to be able to hear her footsteps.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm swimming, so footsteps aren't so great. But I don't.
Well,
You're on the ship now, then.
Well, you're on the ship currently. You've already successfully swam, and now you've boarded upon the ship.
Oh, this part of the ship's not underwater.
Correct. It's the
just
front of the
dark.
ship is just jetted up on the water and it's slowly sinking. But now that you've arrived on the ship, you have 19 rounds before the ship's going to collapse and sink on itself.
All right, I'll light a torch. I have a torch.
Okay. Let me go ahead and real quick get you
I'll
a light
eliminate.
source.
I'll eliminate one of my torches.
At that point, you light up a torch.
Can Nala hear the torch lighting?
It depends if Nala can see the torch light or not. I don't think you're gonna hear the torch fire up from where you're at, because again, all you're hearing is the sound of the ocean, the creaking of the wood, just the sound of the ship collapsing
Can
at
Nala
any
hear
minute.
any sign of life from anyone other than Anael? Like just.
Go ahead and make a perception check. I think you begin to hear the creaking of footsteps of someone over near the
Hello?
entrance.
Someone there? Are you okay?
I obviously you're close enough that I would hear, right?
Yes.
Nala, I came after you. Do you need help?
Anael, I've gotten everything now. I just wanted to get some food and see if anybody was here. But it's gonna go down real soon. So
It's fine.
Anael, just be careful of your movement. Your movement is being used up
okay.
because the rounds
I
are
was
active.
there right when I started.
Okay.
Okay. 5. So I hear the voice from like this direction.
From over here in the north, correct?
Okay, so 10, 15, 20,
Mhm.
25,
Mhm.
30.
You kind of see over here this broken down wood that you're gonna have to leap again over. At this point, you may take a dash action if you'd like to continue moving.
Yeah, I feel like I'm Anael is like on the ship and remembering like Meryl like biting her lip and looking like and like okay, and I'll take the dash action and attempt to get closer to where I heard Nala's voice.
Okay. So I'll say you successfully leap over here, which counts as 5 feet of movement, and 10, 15, 20. All right.
30. There we go.
There
ends, you are.
That ends your turn, but talking is a free action. Nala, what are you currently doing?
Nala's going to come out of the room, just give a little meek smile at Anael.
we should look for extra supplies and check to see if there's anybody alive.
So I remember Meryl didn't have like all of her stuff, right?
Correct.
And it looked like Quiet, did you have like a bag, like a pack, or no? Sorry, Quiet. Would you have had your bag? Did I see that you had a bag or no?
Sorry,
have
that's muted,
on,
that's
right?
muted. I definitely left like my rations and bedroll and stuff behind, and rope and all that good stuff.
Okay, so I didn't see you
basically
had a
just-
pack. I didn't see that Meryl had a pack. Arya, did you have a pack? Like you had your scholar's pack, but it maybe wasn't like everything, right?
Oh yeah, it was definitely just a bunch of papers and inks and stuff like that. There was no bedroll or anything like that.
Okay, well then, I turned to Nala and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember if everyone else or what rooms they were in. And I'm like scratching my head and just like, my memory is bad. So
As you look around, everything's already pretty disoriented because of all the broken walls. A lot of the stuff has been moved out of rooms as well because of the shifting of the ship. It's anyone's guess where things could or could not be.
I used all my movement to go into this room at this chest then and open this chest.
Make a fate roll of D20, please. Same thing, tattered clothing, waterlogged and about, but fortunate enough, you find a water skin and 2 more rations. 2 more days of rations.
Is it
All right,
a new round?
She scoops all of that up and she
This is
pops
still the
it
same
back.
round. I'll let you know when
Okay.
it's a new round.
Okay.
I found some more food.
And you have like I see that you have like your full backpack and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she got everything back. And her weapons.
Well, I guess that man on the shore as well. We should look and see if there's anything that can be of use in any of these rooms, and then leave as soon as possible.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna, like, when it's my turn again, go into this room and look in those.
Okay, I'll let you know when it's your turn. Give me 1 second, please.
Love when the GM has stuff they're doing in between my rounds.
I know, right?
It's my favorite.
It's the world keeps spinning. All right, it is the next round. You have 18 rounds before the ship breaks apart and falls.
Okay, so I move 5, I guess 10 feet, and there's 2 trunks under here, so I'd like to use my action to search them.
Okay, if you'd like to search both of them, you can use the remainder of your movement to do so if you'd like.
Okay, sure.
Make 2 fate rolls at this point.
So 2d20?
2d separate 2 1d20s, correct.
Okay.
Mm.
19 and 11.
You find
Sorry.
destroyed, no, you're good. Destroyed papers, destroyed clothing, but fortunately, you have the following preserved. You find within the 2 a water skin and 4 more rations.
Mm.
And is that the first search or the second or both?
That is both.
Okay.
Nala, what are you doing at this time?
Nala's gonna exit this room.
Okay. And make sure you do your movements by spaces, please.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Cool.
It lagged a little bit. It's fine.
No worries.
You can, how much movement, space of movement was that?
That was 30. Well, they're 5 each, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that was 30.
Okay. You see a chest over in that direction. You're currently not in fox form, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out of fox form, so she can carry things easier.
You can spend your action to dash, so you can move again if you'd like, or you can end your turn here.
Yeah, I'll dash over to it and then.
Okay. Then just prepare for the next round.
Yeah.
All right. 17 rounds before the ship is destroyed. Anael, what are you doing?
You said I used my... Oh, is this a new one?
This is a new
New
round.
turn?
Yep.
Okay. I see there's another chest right down that way, so
Correct.
I'm gonna further split the party. And is this a door here?
So that all the doors have been completely destroyed, so you can actually
Okay.
just walk over the bed and
So
continue
I'll just
walking
like
over
step
there.
over the bed 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
At that point, I need you to make a dexterity save as this part of the wall begins to
Alright.
collapse down.
Dexterity saves. That sounds excellent.
Sounds pretty cool,
I get a
right?
3.
All right.
Oh shit.
At that point, the wall just kind of begins to collapse upon you. The floor breaks down a little bit, and you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
The first damage of the campaign, everybody. Yay!
Wow!
Anael?
I'm fine. Fine. Everything's fine.
Ha ha he ha ha. I will say that you can reach over to this chest if you'd like to spend your action to do so.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead and roll a 1d20. Make a fate roll.
Oh, I was the wrong chat. I was gonna roll in your channel, which is not.
I've done that before.
I get a 7.
Fortunately, for that fate roll, it is not required. Because as you open the chest, you find the belongings of Quiet and Arya.
Yeah.
Yay!
Quiet and Arya.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. And I yell back down the hallway. I think I found some of our things. Because now we're just immediately a party. I'm just like, these are my friends now because we're the only ones that are alive.
I found another chest. I'm gonna open it.
At that point, yeah, Nala, you're free to spend your action and move now.
Yep. She opens this chest.
Make a fate roll, please.
Certainly.
I will say that you find 1 ration within the chest.
Okay. Then she will continue down the hallway. 5, 10, 15.
I need you to make a dexterity save as the wall begins to collapse upon you.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. You're able to continue pushing through.
She makes a little squeak. And then continues in.
Okay.
Can I use my dash action? Oh no, that's already done, isn't it? Because I've
Correct.
already opened the chest. Okay, cool. My turn over.
16 rounds remain. Anael, what do you do?
I see another chest, so I'm just gonna continue this way.
Mm-hmm.
5, 10. Oh, there's more.
I need a dexterity save, as now you're
Okay,
getting
so
to
10
obviously
feet.
a clear dangerous part of the ship.
And then the dexterity save. This time I got an 11.
You managed to dodge out of the way.
Okay.
Also,
I
make
feel
sure
like
you guys are updating your hit points via D&D Beyond, just so you know.
I was, yes.
Okay, cool,
So
awesome.
that was 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30, which gets me to the farthest chest, and I will use my action to try and open that one.
Yes, you can.
Fate die?
Yep.
14.
You guys are getting so lucky. You find 1 more piece of ration
Okay.
and a water skin.
Got it. Okie dokie.
Nala, what are you doing?
Nala goes to takes 1 step and attempts to open this chest.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a fate die.
Okie dokie.
Look at you guys. You find a ration
Mm-hmm.
within the chest, along with the destroyed clothing and the like.
So yeah, just 1 ration, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then she comes out. So she's already done 5, so okay, that's me done.
Okay. 15 rounds remain. Anael, what are you doing?
So the only person stuff we haven't found is Meryl's, right?
Correct.
Okay. I am going to 5, 10. Can I open this chest here?
Okay. Roll a fate die.
17.
Look at you.
Oh,
Another
nice.
ration
Oh, sick.
and a water skin.
Oh, poggers.
Okay. And then that was 10. So 15, 20, 25. I opened that one already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go I feel like I'm gonna go down towards this hall and then go back to where the exit was again.
Okay. Nala, what are you doing?
Nala's gonna go into this room. Can she climb over the bed?
Yes, she can. It counts as
Alright.
double movement, though, so be careful.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
Unless you'd like to make an athletics or acrobatics check to do something fancy.
Oh, yeah, she'll try and like leap over it with an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not a great one.
You stumble a little bit over the bed, so you'll still have to take the double movement.
Okay. And
So
she'll
we'll
try
say
and-
that 10 feet is now 15 feet.
Okay.
Roll a fate die to open the chest. The chest itself, as seems to be destroyed, waterlogged completely. Rations eaten away. You find, fortunately, a fortune coin, but that seems hardly pointless now.
She picks up the fortune coin and then just throws it aggressively at the wall and...
Ting, 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 ting.
That's so helpful.
She screams to herself.
Was that you?
Yeah, I'm still looking. I'll come back. I'm a little bit worried. I think the ship is gonna go down real soon.
14 rounds remain.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15.
Please make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
as the ship continues to slightly collapse upon itself.
Another 3. God, I'm so good at this.
2 more points of bludgeoning damage from the ship breaking down.
It's fine and good. Okay. So I believe that was... Were these the 2 I searched before? I don't think so. I can't tell.
Well,
I don't think so. I don't remember.
the chests do not appear to be open.
Okay, then I would like to take my action to search these chests.
Okay. I will say from the fall, you can only search one of the chests this round.
Okay, well, the one in front of me.
Well, good. With a 3, the same thing. The clothes are tattered. Everything inside appears to be destroyed. You can't find anything of value within the chest.
Okay. Bummer.
Meryl. I'm not Meryl. Sorry, Nala.
Nala exits this room.
Okay. Double movement again, or you can try an acrobatics once again.
Yeah, she'll try and jump back over it.
SummersSalt over.
Yeah. Whatcha! And then it's a little bit better than before.
You successfully do so. Instead of 15 feet of movement, it only takes 10.
Okay, cool. She bites her lip. She's thinking, as I think, whether she wants to progress further and risk it for a chocolate biscuit. If she can, how many times can she transform? It's just one per level, is it, or?
You could spend, I believe, I'll have to check again, a minute in fox form. So you've already spent, which means 10 rounds. So you've already spent, I think, 3 rounds in fox form. You have 7 rounds remaining.
Okay, then she's gonna risk it for the biscuit. She's gonna go back into fox form now. With her backpack's now securely on her back, so she's fine.
The backpack can also merge into her form if you'd like.
Yeah, that's how I imagine it to be. But yeah, it just seemed a bit weird that if she's picking it up in fox form, it can't merge on her.
Oh yeah. You can't just like sucks into your body. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Comes a part of her. So, okay, cool. She'll dive back into fox form then and take the dash action.
Okay.
So she's already used 10 of her speed, so she should have like 70 left now, right?
Correct.
Okay.
At that point, I need you to make a dexterity save, please.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have to tell you, this is going to be a more dangerous dexterity save.
Okay.
As you begin to walk, you hear the creaking sound of the wood as it begins to completely give away underneath. And it snaps down and breaks into what you can see is now the bottom base of the ship as you begin to slide, scratching at your fox claws. You manage to hold on.
Yeah, she's not able to scream in her fox form. She makes weird fox noises.
You hear the yipping of a fox echoing through there.
Yeah, she is yipping.
I need an athletics check, please, to pull yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to do so as you just see the jagged bottom of the base of the wood of the ship. But you manage to stand there, barely, like your legs are shaking as you're trying to keep hold as this broken piece of floor is sliding you down. You're able to hold steady at this point in time. I will say that that does use the rest of your movement though.
Okay.
And you would be done with your round at this point.
Okay.
13 rounds remain. Anael. You hear this, the yipping sound of foxes. Mm-hmm.
And I think I yell out,
I'm Googling what foxes sound like when they cry.
It's not good. It's not good. It's gonna make you sad.
I yell out, Nala? Are you all right?
Yips back.
And then I just immediately go back to looking through these boxes.
All right, spend your action to look at the other box.
I get a 6.
My baby cries. Oh my god!
Again.
I'm trying to find it on YouTube, guys.
Just tattered clothes, destroy food. Nothing remains in this chest.
I found another one behind me, so I'll use the 10 feet of movement to get to there.
You will not be able to use another action at this point.
Okay, so I thought I saw the stairs right here. So I think that I'm thinking I have time. So I'm just gonna look through this one real quick. And I heard the yelling, but I think I'm just like, it's fine. Dying is a different noise than that, I think. Probably.
She's crying. She's like doing a cry noise.
And scratching.
No, it's not happy, it's like a sad noise.
Oh man.
So Nala, your paws and legs are shaking, scratching the wood currently. I will say at this point to try and like scale up to here to at least get to like either the side room or to get back to where you were. Oh yeah, where are you right now? Let me look. To either get over here or to get over here because this entire area right now is like tilting down. It's gonna take either a double movement to move up safely, or you may attempt to move your normal speed. But I will require athletics checks to keep your balance as you do so. So do you do so quick?
An acrobatics check instead of an athletics?
To like leap, I guess. I'll allow it. Yes.
Okay.
So do you do so quickly or do you do so safely? A failed could get you right back in that hole, just so you know.
She's in panic, so she's gonna go quickly. She's gonna just try to dash up there if she can.
Make an acrobatics check.
All right. Boom.
Successful. You're able to move at normal speed as you begin to walk up there.
Okay. She uses the dash action again, and if she can I use the dash action now?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, she's gonna use the dash action and just run back. She's already sufficiently freaked, so.
All right.
Let's see. That's 5.
I'm done.
I'm trying to count it all. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75.
Yep.
80! I found the door!
You're back. 12 rounds remain.
So I would like to search this chest in front of me, please.
Make a fate roll, please.
I get a 16.
You find a ration and a water skin.
Nice.
All right, well, that'll have to do us for the rest of the foreseeable future, I suppose. What is this? Is this wood?
It's
or...
just it's literally just the ceiling and wall collapsed in and is a bit of a barrier.
Okay. Well then 5, 10, 15. And you said it's double movement to clamber over the bed?
Correct.
20, 25. And then 30 gets me right back next to the fox. There's a fox?
Yep, you see a fox.
What is, are you like a little red fox?
Yeah, she's. I would think that she's probably a bit larger than your regular fox, but she's a red fox.
I think that Anael looks down at you and cocks their head a little bit to the side. And it's just like, have you seen Nala?
She licks Anael's hand.
Licks my hand?
Uh-huh.
I don't know where you've been. You could have rabies.
She yips and then transforms back.
Oh. Well, that answers that. Shall we? And I motion to the stairs, like, get the fuck out.
She kills and loots the fox does more. She nods, and then exits.
Okay, that's the plan.
All right.
Oh, they didn't get Meryl stuff, right?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh.
Errol's got her weapon and her like emergency fanny pack. It's fine.
Emergency fanny pack. Okay, we got some rations. Okay. All right.
So at that point, you all will have returned. I'll say you guys are currently swimming back at this point.
No, don't do that. Sorry, Nala also remembers that that Anael was the only one who came to help her.
So, Meryl was sitting next to the survivor that she healed, and as soon as she sees their heads pop up over the water, she jumps up and runs towards the shore. She's like, "Oh, thank goodness! Hi!"
He just like stumbles a little bit. He's just laying there at that point.
And I when I get back to the shore, I'll just dump, like, I had 3 backpacks on my back when I was swimming, so I just want you to know how strong and buff I am.
Yeah, feel free to move your token over as well, just so we know where you are.
So yeah, when I get back to the shore, I just like dunk these soaking wet backpacks on the ground, and I say, I think these are yours, to Arya and Quiet.
Quiet will recognize his pack and just like nod and just, I owe you one.
Arya
Nala
will
looks
take her
at
backpack and
Meryl and she pouts. She's like, I tried to find yours, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just glad you guys are safe. That was very scary, and I would prefer if you didn't run into danger without talking to the rest of the party first.
We didn't have time.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you're safe.
She goes through what she's found. She's got her own pack already, so she's already got a bunch of rations in her bag, which she offers. She splits the rations that she found spare and offers half to Meryl and the other half to the poor dealer who's half dead.
I would like to
So how
mention
much
that
would
I
that
don't
be?
give any of my things to anybody. And then I turn to Meryl and I say, did you know she can turn into a fox?
What?
Mm.
Really?
And I nod.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Can I see it? I mean, I know you're probably really tired right now. You can show me later. I just want to see it.
Maybe later?
Sure.
And
Meryl blushes.
Yeah, Nala's also blushing. She goes to awkwardly check on the dealer, and she squats down.
Are you okay?
He's just He's like asleep / unconscious at this point right now.
She gives his hand a gentle squeeze and puts some of the rations in his hand. A gentle squeeze.
It's okay. It's okay. It's Nala. You're gonna be okay.
Where are we?
Nala, can Nala use a spell?
Sure. What spell would you like Nala to use?
Healing word.
Okay, you can use healing word to ease the pain.
Okay. Nala takes his hand and casts healing word.
Okay. You do so. Go ahead and click the spell, and we'll see how much you heal for.
Not a great deal.
He gives a small sigh of like just brief relief as you cast this healing word upon him, over him.
His like he has like broken limbs, right?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if I could use the rope from my newly obtained bag, and maybe find some boards and make some splints for him or something.
We started making splints with some of the tree stuff already, but we haven't got rope, so...
Yeah, well, we have rope. Well, me and Arya have our backpacks now, and we would. I have rope at least.
Go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can make an effective splint.
Okay.
I will also allow a medicine check.
They're both the same.
I've never used D&D Beyond before. How do I mark when I've used a spell slot?
If you go over to the spell section, which I believe is in like the middle right of the screen, there should be a spells tab, and you should have some mark boxes at that point.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so I
didn't mark mine. My bad.
No, you're fine.
Do I just start with 2 spell slots? That's all I have?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I've got to ration my spells.
I thought I had 20 spells. Yep, you just used.
I already used mine too.
One casters.
Arya is currently
This is the first episode. It's fine.
There's people.
At that point, yeah, at that point, as you guys are talking, you guys finally notice people approaching you. How do you respond?
Oh god, how do they look? They look like they're icons?
Yes. So you see what appears to be a large man approaches. His clothing seemed once upon a time of that of nobility, but now in tatters. It appears dirty and damp and eaten away. His face
Draw my weapon.
Okay. His face is patchy with scars and boils, and his remaining hair appears to be thinning. Surrounded by this man is individuals that appear very malnourished, looking around a bit in an anxious panic, but quiet, staying close to the man.
Are you okay?
She calls out and she would sprint over to them to see if they were okay.
Oh my god.
He holds out his hands, seeing quiet with the weapon. Oh, whoa. Now there. Don't want to cause a bit of a panic. I'm actually coming to see if you're okay, miss, as is the rest of you.
Does Nala recognize any of these people from the ship?
No, these are definitely not people from the ship.
You didn't wash up, right? You weren't on the ship?
No, ma'am, I didn't. And he turns over. He kind of gives a nod over to Meryl as she approaches. His hand's still up. He wants to show, but it means nothing hostile.
Does Meryl? I mean, do we feel like we can trust these guys?
Do you know there's a mechanic for that? Insight.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking.
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
I'll do that too.
Okay.
Yeah. You're free to do an insight check.
Arya's been half inside her backpack this whole time.
Blue.
She's trying to look through her stuff.
I love that.
Ooh, these insights
It's
are
just
sexy.
like inside of her bag.
Meryl, Quiet, and Nala. As he holds out his hands and you're looking him over. His words seem genuine, and he's not meaning to be a threat. But an unease falls over the three of you.
Yeah, we're sus.
I'll sheath my blade, but keep my hand on the hilt.
He holds his.
Yeah, I think my hand is on my scimitar as well.
He keeps his hands up.
Where did you come from?
Well,
you live here?
yes, ma'am, we do. We actually live here on the island of Nevermore. We saw your ship crash upon the shore over in our settlement. Saw you beached and wanted to see if there was anything amiss, astray, and unfortunately see if there's any survivors. He looks around a little bit and shakes his head. That's a shame. Not many people seem to survive when they beach upon this island.
How far is your settlement?
Oh, it's just up the hill, and he holds up his hands. If you are looking for a place to rest, we're willing to help you. But it's yeah, go on.
Quiet will squint, and just keep in mind that they've been on the beach for over 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? He'll speak up. Why did it take you so long to check on us?
Well, we just woke up.
Yes.
What time of day is it?
Do you ask that out loud, or are you figuring it out?
You'll know if I'm asking it out loud.
Oh, that's fair. Well, because of the overcast, feel free to make a survival check. I will say that this will be a difficult DC because you cannot see the sun.
Can I also make a history check when they say Nevermore?
Yes, you can.
I have heard of this island
I
before.
wanted to try to cross-check it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am bad at history, but I get a 12.
So for the survival checks, I will say, let's go down the list here a little bit.
Is that an Edgar Allan Poe reference?
Yes and
Quoth the Raven.
no, yeah. Going down the list, I apologize. Nala, with your survival check, you can't really tell what time of day it is. However, Meryl just barely can see the sun poking through the overcast. You're looking at probably about like afternoon, like 12-ish of our time, I would say, in the afternoon hours. As far as your history checks go, you are actually surprised, Daria, through your studious nature and background. You have never heard of the island Nevermore.
You just woke up? It's a late morning, huh?
Well, when you don't see the sun in the sky, and it's either overcast or dark, it tends to ruin your sleeping patterns, miss.
Arya starts banging the bad bell.
Is she okay?
She's fine.
We don't want any trouble.
Meryl's gonna start backing away a little bit.
Yeah. Now, we don't want any trouble. Like I said, we saw the beach. We were taking a walk. We see that, and he kind of motions over to the boat. That
is there any way to get off of Nevermore?
Off this island?
Any ships?
No, ma'am. I'm afraid there are no ships arriving or departing here in Nevermore. We make do with what we've got.
What do you have? And she looks around at the dead environment.
What do you ask?
What do you have? Because he says they make do with what they have, and she says, "What do you have?"
He pulls off the hat and puts it over his heart. Not much, I'm afraid. I regretfully must admit, we do the best that we can with whatever washes up to shore, mainly any of the food or ship stuff of beach ships, I must admit.
Oh no, they're actual cannibals. Monkers.
Yeah, they're definitely cannibals.
Can I insight check to see if they eat the people?
You can make an insight check with the last statement he has to see if he's being truthful.
Arya's like running behind Quiet and hiding behind his leg.
With a 15, he appears to be telling the truth, but you feel like he's not telling the complete story.
Surely there's not enough rations that wash up on the shore.
No, ma'am, there isn't. As you can tell, we stretch out the food for as long as we can. Sometimes we do get a little bit fortunate, find a growing fungus on a rock, but unfortunately there isn't much life here. Not for those that are outside the tower.
I would like to have a quick check. I'm a far traveler. I'm not from around here being this plane. Would I know or like have any context for like eating human flesh or like humanoid flesh is bad?
Oh, what? If cannibalism is bad?
Yeah.
Typically within mortal nature, to eat upon yourself would probably be looked at as, would be frowned upon.
Like contextually from like being around,
Correct.
like traveling a bit, I'd be like, yeah, so just going out and saying you eat people is probably a bad deal. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he didn't say that explicitly, though.
No. I was wondering if I could be like, well, there's a bunch of like, you know, edible foodstuffs around here, but I'm not gonna say it if I would know that was a bad thing, you know.
His hand's still up. I didn't mean to cause you alarm, as we mean no harm.
How did you get here?
She interrupts him.
From our settlement up in the north. You're welcome to come by. You're welcome to stay here. You seem to have been through a lot. I want to make sure that you're welcome in a very unwelcoming place.
What's in the tower?
She points and she interrupts him again.
And he just looks over at the tower, almost longingly for a moment. Why, ma'am, there is said to be great treasure, a feast of food within that tower, and a new way of life to escape this hellscape.
She interrupts him for the third time.
He looks at her, and you see a sourness go over his face.
Oh, no.
Okay. I get next to her.
You're not one for conversing, but I understand that you're in a bit of a panic. Normally, it's polite to wait for the individual to finish their speaking, although I do recognize you may have a lot of questions, ma'am.
Normally, it's polite to check on a bunch of bodies when they've washed up on the shore. When they wash up on the shore.
She stands behind Meryl.
Meryl, what'd you say?
I said normally it's polite to check on bodies that wash up on the shore when they wash up on the shore, not hours later. And I'm sorry, but we don't know you. And of course, we don't want to trust you right now. So, maybe we take care of mine and ours, and you take care of yours.
Oh, of course. Absolutely, of course. As we have stated, we have just found out about the unfortunate misfortune that has happened here. But you take care of your own, I'll take care of my own. I respect that wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Would you like us to step away right now, or do you need anything from us, any assistance?
Meryl looks to the group. Okay.
Nala just says, "I'm sorry for interrupting." Really, in a really small voice.
Anael is standing back by the bodies, looking very disaffected and very handsome.
He'll take his hat off and give a small bow, and says, "Well, I apologize as well, ma'am. You're in a bit of a stressful situation, and I have to admit, the company that is kept here, as well as our line of dialogue, is curt, to say at the very least. I apologize and should have kept my mind open to your inquiring nature." And then he looks back to Meryl.
Where can we find you if we want to find you?
You're welcome to head up the path up north. We got a nice fortified settlement. Keep out the elements. You're free to visit. I will let my people know we may have visitors, but, and he looks at Meryl specifically when he says this and holds a hand out, but not to force the issue, as we all take care of our own.
Thank you for understanding.
It is my pleasure. We will leave you to it. We wish you the best of luck, hoping that you have found anything that has washed ashore. All we ask is, if we have to live here together, if you would be so generous to leave any of the food stuff that you may have found, even some of it, even a minute percentage of it, if you can give to us. We've got a lot of hungry people back in our settlement. And he'll at that point begin to step and walk away. As he does so, you see him give a very dismissive motion to the two people that were following him. And as he does so, a flinch kind of falls over them before they begin to like
Oh, I don't like
He
that.
eats all
walk
of their
over.
rations, and everyone else is starving.
a little bit.
Yep.
And he begins to step forward. And as they begin to wander off, he turns them up and it turns around and just says, "Oh, by the way, I won't intrude any further here, but I would recommend, if you are to give a ceremony to your fallen, that you do so inward. Make sure you burn the bodies. You don't want it washing up shore. You don't want to attract its hunger. And it seems that it might have a fine feast tonight," as he motions over to all the dead.
It?
And then he just goes, "Well, good luck to you." And then he begins to walk away.
Fuck.
So, Meryl just put on her like big girl pants and she was being really, really harsh. And she takes a moment to take a big deep breath out and her anxiety comes back and she's shaking. And she looks at the group and she's like, what the hell just happened?
Nala hugs her just because she's shaking.
For a village that has nothing, he seemed mighty well fed.
I don't think he's giving his food to his villagers.
I'm gonna start dragging the bodies like inward a bit and doing like what he suggested, like stacking them in a pile. So I'm like dragging them back just towards the like one of the trees.
Nala would
Okay.
also grab a body and attempt to pull it. She would cry as she does so, quietly to herself.
I'm not crying. I'm more like just gagging. Ugh.
All right, and I guess I would do the same.
So it is that? Are we supposed to know what that is? Or
I don't think so.
Are you asking that outside of character or in character?
No, I'm in character. I think Aniel is like, you know, he's they've got like two hands pulling the arms of this corpse like up the beach, and then you know, in a strained voice, it's just like, "It is that? Am I missing something?"
Maybe the
And she gestures to the ship because she doesn't know what to call the dead
Fortunes.
captain thing.
Oh.
It points to the ship and the destruction.
maybe that was it.
After you say that, the cracking and the sinking noise that has fallen into the background now becomes suddenly loud as you see the ship collapse upon itself and then begin to sink off into the ocean. Fortunate enough to have you out before it did do that.
Meryl asks the dealer if he's well enough to move inward.
I'm gonna need some help getting over there.
Quiet, can you help me?
Yes, of course.
And he'll grab one of his arms and hoist him up.
Oh, gee. Broken arms. Careful there.
One broken arm.
Can I, quick question, because I've never played a spell caster character in D&D, only a barbarian, and they're very different. Can I use the same spell multiple times and just use up the slots, or
Depends on the caster. As a bard, yes, I believe you can do that.
Okay. So if I-
Same question for druid.
Druids are
yes.
divine spellcasters, so you're free to cast. You're free to prepare any of the spells from the druid
Okay.
spell list. You just have
You
to make sure
want
that you
to cast-
prepare them
Interrupting
first.
you, Djarii. That's my bad.
If you wanted to cast Cure Wounds twice instead of casting like whatever other spells you have, yes, you can if you have the spell slots.
Okay, that's cool.
Also, this guy, how many HP does he have? He's just soaking up our healing.
I
Well, he's got broken bones.
Oh, I'm not healing him again.
That's
He
a
can't
little
fight.
different.
I don't want him to die, though. I feel for him. He called me the amazing Nala.
Could I do a history check for any like sea monster tales maybe that we might have encountered on our trip?
Yes.
Oh, no dice.
You can't seem to recall any of at this point. The only one that's well known is the Deep One, and that's just essentially like an evil water god that pirates normally talk about drunkenly in taverns. You're uncertain if it's
sea bitch.
You're uncertain if the Deep One is real or just fantasy or a legend.
Okay.
Meryl prepares a fire, I guess.
Okay, make a survival check with all the dry lumber.
Oh, not great.
1 second. See if I can look it up. I know we've got. I would say you'd be able to set up something, a little something.
Do we want to listen to this strange man and burn these bodies of our friends and coworkers?
Did you know them before? Do you want
I mean, I'm mostly referring to Nala because she seems upset.
Yeah, she's still got tears. She's very quiet about it. Just tears just streaming down her eyes.
Would you prefer we bury them? I don't have a shovel.
I think we should do both.
We could, let's just say a few words maybe first, before we burn them.
I think that would be very nice, Nala.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess, I'll go first.
Just Nala recognize. I can see this guy's the bartender guy who brought the steak.
Mm-hmm.
Does Nala recognize this person?
No, it may have just been a patron.
Okay. Does she know the name of the bartender?
That's up to you. Do you feel like you would have?
I think she maybe. Yeah, she'd probably be observant enough to remember the name, at least working in the room that she worked in.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye.
This is Obai. I didn't know Obai very well, but, sometimes he would smile at me when I was performing, and, he was really kind. So, I hope that he rests well.
And then she looks at the other guy. Oh, bye. Fuck's sake, chat.
Toxic.
I don't know this man, but I'm sure that he was a good person and has a family and deserves to pass on and rest well.
She nods firmly, wipes her tears away with the back of her hand, and then looks at Anael to speak, since Anael's standing next to them.
From my experience, people on this plane don't like to leave their dead just out and about, so I hope that you go to whatever resting place you wanted to.
Very well spoken, Anael.
Thank you.
And then is there like is the fire nearby?
It's a small kindling fire. Probably not enough to burn a body.
Oh God!
Namelessly
Arya
a stack of them.
She starts getting firebolt ready in her hand.
Nala looks at Meryl to say a few words, and then yeah.
I didn't know anyone on the ship really, but it was a pleasant cruise. So thank you for your stewardship, and thank you for teaching me how to play a game.
That was Ted.
You're welcome.
No, sorry. I'm not very good at
Burn him!
faces. All right.
Thank you for losing so badly at the game.
I mean, you're not dying,
Ted,
right? You're okay?
Want to say a few words?
We're not burning Ted.
I wish I was dying. Do I? No, it hurts to speak. I think I punctured a lung.
Okay, don't speak. It's okay.
And then Nala claps her hands over her face and runs over to Ted. She will use another spell slot to try and heal him.
Thank you. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your spell. Your healing spell.
No! God damn it!
That feels
no.
good. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I can't
Meryl
do
saves
more.
hers. Anyway,
Just burn them.
She cringes and cries.
Was that you said that? You said
Yeah.
just burn them? I would.
So, do you drag all the? There's a lot of bodies lined up on the shore. To do so would take hours to actually move them on a giant stack. Is that what you do?
Nala will begin this. If she's doing on her own, she will start doing this.
Quiet will do that.
I would.
I
say,
mean,
I would say that it would take from all the bodies on the shore, not just the ones that you can visibly see. It would probably take about 8 hours to do so.
and Meryl, when you looked to see what time it was, what time did you notice it was?
Noon.
Noon.
It was afternoon.
I feel like, especially with how interested those other people were in like coming down and like we need to get whatever we can, it's fairly clear that resources are limited. So I think that even just to take all of the bodies and loot them all and then burn them would be a good idea. So I think that's definitely a good first.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, a good first step.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that.
If you're patting all the bodies down,
Yeah.
I would add another hour to that, so 9 hours.
Okay.
Smarter.
So how many
Fine.
bodies were there, Brett?
A lot. I mean, not a lot that can be counted, but I would say 8 hours worth, as they're all just like strawned across the beach at this point. So
Okay.
it's definitely a lot of just bloated up, bloody
That is honestly,
bodies.
there must be thousands of bodies for 8 hours.
No, it's a dragging a completely unconscious body up sand.
Yeah.
um,
Wait.
150 to 200 pounds. Yeah,
it's a long ass time. It's a lot of work.
It's gonna take a
Not
lot
that
of
I've
time.
done it
So-
before ever.
You sure?
All right, Blue. Okay. We know. So do we want to all just do it separately? Like,
I mean, I'm very
Kinda-
strong, so I could go separately, but I feel like maybe some other people going in groups of 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
I am a small creature.
This time that I gave you is assuming that you're all assisting with the process.
okay,
Okay, well,
cool.
Nala
Let's
goes
do
to
that.
Meryl. Since Meryl's her best mate.
Best friends.
Arya
we're all gonna
tries
be
her.
best friends. I can't wait.
She
Yeah,
tries
this
her
is where, like,
damnedest, but she's
Quiet'll
so
be like-
small.
Yeah, Quiet will be like
Well,
dragging them by
maybe-
their shoulders, and Arya will be like holding their feet up off the ground or something. Like, I don't know.
Maybe Arya can help with the burning. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a
I
group
had no
project.
Problem there.
So you're spending I'm assuming you'll be spending the 9 hours to drag the bodies and loot all of them, correct?
Mhm.
Until we can't
Yes.
see anymore. That's the plan.
Until I mean, it's gonna start to become night probably within 6 of those hours. As
Okay.
as you
I-
see the overcast just begin to become thicker, as a darkness begins to
think-
fall over the area.
Meryl would notice once it's starting to get darker. I think she would ask the group, should we try to build a shelter of some sort? We don't have anywhere to go and it's getting dark.
There's some trees right back here. I mean, we
can
don't.
Meryl.
If it's not been 6 hours, if it's not been the entire 9 hours, if the task isn't completely finished by the
Mhm.
time night falls, and we're still like, well, we have a massive pile of burning corpses for light. I feel like staying in the only place we know rather than going into a new place in the dead of night might be a good plan.
Right. I think Meryl agrees.
Yeah, so when it starts to get dark and Meryl asks that question, I would just point to the couple of dead trees with their backs to this like small cliff or like bit of rock and be like, we should probably take cover. The task is not yet finished, but we can't very well go out on the beach in the middle of the night.
So we'll just burn the bodies that we have right now. Then?
But what if it comes?
Well, then we'll fight it.
Do some sort of like nature check or something to see if she sees anything on the horizon or anything in the water.
Maybe?
Yeah, you can do a perception check to do so.
Okay. Oh, where is that? Am I blind?
It'll be in your skills. It'll be like the left
Alphabetical.
of your sheet.
Oh, there we go.
There's a lot of peas.
You with that great roll, you don't see anything off in the distance coming towards you with your steady eyes.
Okay. I think we're gonna be okay, Nala. And if we're not, I mean, we're all warriors, right? We're all fighters. We're not gonna go down without a fight.
Side eye at Arya. We're all fighters.
I don't know if Meryl believes what she's saying. She's just trying to inspire.
Can I insight check her?
You're free.
No.
You're free to do so.
I guess I'm not free to do so.
Quiet will take a proud stance and just say,
As my
words.
Words come to me.
They don't.
as a mercenary, it is my job to protect you. It will be okay.
Well, wonderful. Then let's stay safe in the light of the fire tonight. What do you think, guys?
The light of the fire of corpses.
Are you going to have a bonfire of corpses
I think
for your evening?
Back up
Don't
a
let
little
me be-
bit.
Lol, y'all do not make me be the decision maker. I'm doing my best.
No. I would like to say, like, I feel like Nala's been very upset this whole time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Djarii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would just look over and be like, we should step away.
Throw more bodies on the floor.
I don't think that we'll be able to get much sleep if we're smelling that. There's some brambles just ahead, or trees or something.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's just a bunch of dead trees and brambles that you can get underneath. Would you have a small fire lit over underneath that, or would you go into the dead of night, dark?
I
think
feel like
Meryl
how
would
big is
definitely
the fire that was happening with the bodies? I think it might still be a little bit like it's not that far away.
Well, you haven't lit any bodies on fire yet, just so you know.
I
There's
thought
just
we had.
there's just a small camp over there. You were dragging the bodies.
Oh.
You haven't begun to try and burn them yet. An attempt has not been made yet, unless you would like to.
I think we should light them on
definitely
fire
light them.
before we go.
Nala would try and help Ted up and take him back to where everyone else wants to go, and walk him all the way to the brambles and pop him down comfortably.
So what?
So as a fictional thing, we had gathered the bodies off the beach, and as we were stacking them, we had searched to make sure we weren't leaving any valuables, and we did
Correct.
6 out of 9 hours of that.
Correct.
So should we? Is there a roll to be made to see if we have found anything in the first half before we light
You would
them
have
on fire?
found 170 gold pieces
Okay.
just from picking pockets. no one was really holding on to any rations, but for those that were, you managed to find 4 additional rations and 1 more water skin from the pile.
Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way before we set it all on fire.
Of course.
So I think Meryl would say, Arya, do you want to do the honors, I guess, and then I'll make a fire for us up here? Wonderful. Okay.
I like whisper to Quiet. Does she speak or
Only in your head.
a little paler?
So, as the stacks of bodies, there's this giant pile of bodies. I'm just gonna put the same person over, just so we just get.
Oh my god, no!
That is.
Oh
nightmare
wait,
fuel.
I had to look at the bodies. No one said I had to look at them.
I had my eyes closed the whole time.
As you on this giant bloated pile of bodies,
This dude died 150 times.
you throw you throw the firebolt within, and it just extinguishes. It's at that point you realize all the bodies are essentially waterlogged. The fire, it can't even catch on fire properly without needing some more time to dry.
Arya eerily tilts her head towards the party with her big ass smile, and then she shrugs.
Did I at least make a fire by us, or no? Did that not work either?
I mean, yeah, that does work, yeah. But the bodies
Okay.
themselves are
We basically get a view of the bodies while we sleep.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, we took like 6 hours to put them all there. Can't light them on fire.
Oh my god. Okay. Let me think, because
I don't
we
even
gotta
have
come up with something.
prestidigitate.
Do I have anything in my tinker's tools that could maybe help light the fire?
light. You would probably need a
Like flint?
ton of kindling for this
I mean, there's a
giant.
bunch
For
of-
Could I,
alcohol.
yeah, I was wondering,
Set
could
the
I
tree on fire.
do like a nature check or something to check the trees to see if those would be like proper tinder? If we
Yeah,
were-
if you can make a survival check or nature check.
Maybe put some trees down on that.
I will.
Do any bottles
I
of
will say
alcohol?
that the night begins to fall while you're all trying to figure this
Yeah.
out very quickly. So here we
Say
are.
Nature or
Oh my god.
survival?
This is so scary,
Do a
dude.
survival check.
I would just
Oh,
like to say
no.
that the green cast on stream makes the bodies look even worse and more
That is
scary.
what everyone
Yeah, they
sees with
look
their.
like zombies.
That's what everyone sees with their night vision.
Yikes,
Oh
dude.
god.
Okay.
Yes. For the survival, the wood is extremely dry and probably easily flammable. You could probably make if you're looking to make a pyre for this body, it's going to probably take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours of wood prep to do so.
I hate real time. Can't we
With
just
all of
do
us working.
fantasy time?
I hate
No,
playing in a
no,
world with physics. Meh.
Physics sucks. Hate physics. Get out.
Yeah, no one has prestidigitate, right?
No.
No,
E-
unfortunately.
even if they did, it wouldn't
Yeah, I mean, you could.
light up the
Wait.
fire.
Yeah.
I have a maybe genius, maybe stupid idea. Can I use my last spell slot to use the wood of the tree to entangle the bodies?
Yes.
And then we could light that on fire.
Hell
Metagaming,
yeah.
okay.
D&D baby.
I mean, that's just regular
Um,
gaming. That's just using your tools.
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah. What do I need to do?
Cast
Do I need
the
to
en-
roll for
ca-
that?
cast the entangle spell. You just click it.
That is a 5-head play. Because
There
Nala's
it
just there,
is,
like,
okay.
picking up the kindling and just throwing it on the
So-
pile.
So you cast the entangle spell. As you see the tree itself, it gnarls up and twists as it begins to almost animate on itself. It leans over. Oh yeah, that's yeah. You still have another spell slot. The one that used all their spell slots was Nala. with the
Yeah.
heels.
Yeah.
The tree itself almost begins to feel like it animates as it entangles and gnarls up around all of the bodies. You begin to see these lifeless, beached, waterlogged bodies just kind of twitch a little bit as the branches and the brambles and the vines of the entangle just begin to swallow it and close it up all whole,
Oh.
making what appears to be, hopefully, an effective pyre.
Thank you, not another D&D podcast, for teaching me what entangled is.
At that point, Quiet will take a torch out and light it at the bonfire and kind of just walk over and drop it onto the entanglement.
The dry branches from the tree and the entanglement and the entangle spell, creating more of these dry branches, just immediately flares and lights up as the bodies slowly begin to burn away. A smell covers the area with a dark smoke, unlike anything you could have ever imagined you would be smelling in a lifetime.
Quiet will pull his
I'm never gonna sleep again.
up over his nose.
It is haunting, and it's something that will probably scar you for quite some time if it's not something you're already used to. As it just over
Something people are used to. I just want to know right now. Can I just smell burning corpses? Anybody? Like,
Quiet shrugs.
Arya's read a horror book in her time, so she's doing this right before bed.
and it just lights up completely as the bodies themselves do.
Oh.
I will say
Nala cries. Just
I think
ugly cries.
I'm afraid
Meryl has like some sort of almost PTSD flashback of her childhood for a moment and doesn't say anything.
as the bodies catch on fire and you look around towards the shadows, there you see it.
No.
Oh no.
The
Company.
people have been on the outside of the beach, slowly walking around. These very hungry and malnourished individuals have been slowly approaching, and then once the fire itself begins to illuminate at that point again, you just see it all come to life at that moment. And through the darkness at the center of it all, you see the large man quietly approach, and he says very calmly in his usual tone, "I think we're gonna need to have a talk." And so ends session 1 of Tower of Archimedes.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate it. Ah! I just used my last spell slot. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I used mine on the NPC twice.
No! Frick.
Did you guys have a good time? Good session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Good.
I'm sorry for taking up so much of the
It
beginning
happens.
of the thing.
No,
from you
it's so
guys.
good.
Yeah,
We got their stuff. It's fine.
yeah, it happens. It's you can't force a party to like do something together if they don't want to do something, and sometimes the party gets to split up and separate. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
We got our alone time together. It was great.
It was wonderful.
True. Bonding
Meryl
time.
was very jealous, and I don't want to talk about it. It's fine.
So before
Hey Meryl, she licked my hand, Meryl.
before we wrap things up, I guess I just want to ask, what's probably the first thing you're going to do with this individual after he said such a line? What do you think you're going to do next session?
What do you want to talk about?
You're like, okay, let's have a talk.
She's not gonna say like that because she's ugly.
Yeah.
She's gonna wipe away her tears and sniff the snot back into her
Are
head.
you
and
are
then
you
ask.
beginning to talk, or would you talk, or would you attack?
She would talk. She wouldn't attack straight away now.
And everybody else?
Yeah, same. I mean, I would be battle ready. Like,
I
would
feel
definitely
like
pull my weapon out.
I feel like with the scent of corpses in my nostrils, I would like to draw my greatsword. Thank you.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I would.
You
I
would
would draw
pose
my
ready for
scimitar.
battle, but not strike. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been a great first session, and I think it's going to be an amazing story to be told. That's like I mentioned, this is definitely a different tone from session 0. So, and the tower just can overshadow us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're not even in the tower yet. That is absolutely true. So, all right. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to chat, and then I will see you all next week for session 2.
Thank you very, very much for that, Brett. You did amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You all did.
wonderful.
Thanks to the cast. Thank you as well, guys.
You all did wonderful as well. So thank you so much for being a part of this adventure.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a pleasure.
I'll
Honored, dude. Honored.
I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful evening, friends. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. Good
Get
night.
some sleep, Jari.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
guys.
everybody.
Good night.
Okay. Well, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, pretty different from the usual stuff, right? Pretty different from all the D&D games have something to offer. For those that were wondering, is there going to be a set schedule? Tower of Archimedes is going to take place every Monday, 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. PST. Tomorrow is going to be the Under IO, which is our Under IO underground game. The party just encountered what all I can describe as half dwarves, half scorpion men. So they're gonna have to fight that out in the depths of the Wednesday is Goblins of Io, which is our all goblin campaign. That'll be 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST. Thursday is our all wizard campaign with the Arcane Academy. As Summer mentioned, her character is actually from there. So if you would like to learn more about that, head on over there. And then Friday is another session 1, Eye of Asmodia, which is our city campaign, our urban campaign in the world of Io. So make sure you guys check it out. And then Saturday, the Return of the Misdemeanor, which is our pirate-themed game. Lots of D&D games. If you'd like to go ahead and see what's up and want to catch up on all the campaigns, head over to our VOD channel. Be sure to do so. I want to go ahead and make sure that we got a bunch. Wowie wow. I was just about to check in and let you guys know about the Patreon. We got a bunch of new Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for that. A lot of the any of the custom art that we can make is funded using our Patreon funding. And man, look at the Patreon support. We're trying to get to 100 Patreon members by the end of the year. And I really think we're going to do so because we have now arrived at 87 Patreon members. Guys, thank you so much for that. Oh my God, I'm speechless. Thank you so much for that support. Thank you to all the new people that entered our Patreon. The Patreon's gonna have MP3s of all of the games that we do. Tower of Archimedes episode 1 will actually be up on the Patreon in MP3 format tomorrow. Cutting any breaks or anything like that. All MP3s of the campaigns are going to go there. Tonight, I think Arcane Academy isn't up yet, so we're going to get the Arcane Academy up there for you as well. This also includes work in progress of art that's being made for the campaign, as well as game master notes, including boss mechanics, enemy mechanics, a variety of different mechanics that happen here within the Tower of Archimedes. I also want to give a shout out to our big Patreon members, which is Julius Shark, Link Zoramage, and the Hug Hunter. Guys, thank you so much for that and that big support. You guys have really invested a lot within this game, and I greatly appreciate that. We're gonna wrap things up by thanking everyone who subscribed today. We got a bunch of subs today. Thank you guys so much for that. Will there be a session 0 of Eye of Asmodia? There will be. When it'll come out Wednesday on the YouTube channel. So yes, there will be. Is this a dungeon crawl campaign or survival heavy? Up to the players. At first, it's definitely going to be survival heavy. This is definitely going to be a dystopian vibe, but in the end, it's entirely up to the players what they want to make it at. So make sure you guys go over there with that. Let me go and thank our Twitch subscribers that subscribed today, and then we'll wrap things up. Thank you again. Summer is Annoying. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Rack Pack. Wicked Knight. Thank you for the tier 1 sub for 9 months. Lil Miss Mads, thank you for the host. Ara Harako, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 19 months. Big thanks there. Nick Saris, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Oh, and before I do that, if you guys want to talk more about IO and the world of IO, as well as post fan art, and go into our rules lawyer chat, there it is right there. That is the Discord to our IO Discord. So you can talk all about the games, the other games, theorize how things may link. You can tell me what I did wrong in my ruling in the rules lawyer. If you're an artist and want to get some fan art made, we like to go ahead and show off the fan art usually after the streams. We're not doing it this stream. I wasn't sure if there was fan art yet. I didn't even check. Oh, we got a little bit of fan art there. I'll show it's looks like an emote, but we'll show the fan art next week if there's any more fan art there, so make sure you head on over there to offer your support. Anyways, PG Wipeout, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Kettle Corn, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Badass Hobo with the gifted sub, 3 gifted subs actually. Kettle Corn, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. K-Lies, thank you for the tier 1 sub. SummersSalt, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, you son of a gun. Puffness, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Rack Pack. Holy Hotcakes, bruh, thank you for the gifted sub. You get over 20 of these cute little boys, these cute little raccoon emotes whenever you subscribe. Some of the cutest emotes on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe for that, including BrettUltimus and BrettUltimus for all the D&D games you watch. Check that out. Holy Hotcakes, thank you for the gifted sub. Djarii, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Bluejay, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Tate, GoldenTot, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Guys, welcome to the Rack Pack. WooBear26, thank you for the host. My Gaming in general, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 22 months. Norman Fair, thank you for the Prime sub for 3 months. Bluejay, thank you for the host. And that is it. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. Chat, we're gonna be back tomorrow with Under IO, our Underworld sort of D&D game, starring Whoops, Lawman, Gmart, Octopimp, and Zarina. Make sure you guys head over there for that. Should be a lot of fun. If you want to catch up on all the other D&D games, head on over to our bot channel. That's it. That's all she wrote. Thank you again. I will see you guys the next time. Bye-bye. 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 Have a good night, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I guess I'll, you know what? Let me raid one of our players. I'm going to go ahead, and since we got a good following today, I'm going to take you over to Tomato, who is one of our players over in the Goblins of IO campaign. So drop some love over there. He's a very, very talented individual. So I think you will enjoy yourself immensely over there. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys the next time, which is tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST, 3 p.m. PST. Bye-bye.